All right, let's draw for turn. We're here to bring you commander insights and hot tech to level up your game. Each episode focuses on a different topic with our 4-person pod to give you all our spicy take. Guys, 2 weeks. We got some new set coming out in a few days. We're talking Kaldheim today. What's everyone been up to? What you been doing?
Well, I guess I'll start. So two things. First, I got heard back from Modfly, who's doing an ulcer for me of my next commander. I think Sean, I sent it over to you if you want to flash it on the Twitch screen. Everybody.
It's fancy.
So Obeka Brucanal, this is a commander I've been wanting to build for a while, and Modfly I wanted to do was kind enough to take my commission for an Asuka Obeka. Asuka is a professional wrestler in the WWE, for those of you who don't know, who I like very much. And I thought it would make a really cool Obeka altar, so I didn't have standard. Not the saying that the Jesper icing art isn't cool, but like I like this a lot better.
It's very you.
And then on Friday, I actually experienced something that most Commander players will never ever experience in a game of Commander, which is a 4-player draw.
What?
So, okay, so here's what happened. So I'm playing Shuyan. And then the table is the big thing. The table is Gord Moldrak. It was Kadama. It was a partner of Kadama of the new Kadama plus the new Kamal, and I think it was Silvar and Trin. I think.
Okay.
Is that the Mardu human commander partner from the last commander product? Anyway, so the Kamal player kind of like got this place where like he made they made an enormous board, and everyone was like very dead, and he did this thing where he made his board like massive, and he was gonna come in with like he like hoofed, and like everything had like a whole lot of plus a whole lot in trample. And I'm like, okay, and everyone's like, and I was like, do you have a plan for this? And I'm like, I think I do. So I'm at like 32 or so. I'm at like 32. Like some. No, one of these things touched me, I'm dead regardless. I don't have enough life to take any creatures.
Right.
Because they're all over like 30 power. Well, most of them are over 30 power. So he sends only two get sent my way, and the rest go around the table. The player who attacked sent a 33 power creature at me while only having 30 health. I deflecting palmed the 32 power creature, and then on the combat damage tab, everybody died, including the player that attacked.
Wow. I had heard that on Friday we had like 2 or 3 ties, like just a complete anomaly of results.
Well, I just didn't know how that would work but apparently how it works is that deflecting palms are a replacement effect for the damage, and because this thing didn't have, I would have won. I actually would have killed him if they had first strike, because he would have died on first strike damage. But since everyone just had everything had normal combat damage, it all happens at the same time, and then state-based actions checks to see that everyone's dead.
That's pretty good.
Oh, excuse me, state-based actions calling. Yep, everyone is dead. Yes.
That's some good rules lawyering. If I'm
it wasn't really rules lawyering, but it was just the rules. I actually had to get Steph, our level 2 judge, in to like make sure that this worked. I was gonna do it anyway, like if it worked or not. Because I figured either everyone was dead either he won or everyone we drew. So I just did it to do it, and now I've been part of a draw in Commander. So I feel my career accomplishments are like mounting. Speaking of accomplishments in Commander, I think Swazo's got a new brew coming through.
Oh yes,
this thing is hot.
Kess's love. I am Grixis. The storm count is 7. Who's up for a pod? Let's go. I'm having so much fun with this deck.
You haven't even played a real game with it.
No.
Yeah. You're
literally having fun
with
shuffling it.
You beat every imaginary opponent you've run into so far.
I have lost, actually, twice.
Oh, okay.
If I don't do anything by turn 6 or 7, I just kind of assume I'm dead. It's
You
been
are vastly overestimating the pods that you're playing in. Apparently,
Yeah, try like turn 4 or 5.
So it's not the Catch C list though, right?
No, so I actually start looking at those. I find out what all the popular win conditions are, and I immediately delete them.
Okay.
That's fair.
So we've talked about it on the show in the past, but we took Cobblepot's Kess list and like casual-fied it.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I basically only want to win with the Tendrils of Agony that can kill the table. I have other ways to win.
Or
That's
Brave
really all
Shot.
I care about is storming off. Like just I've I was going for like a value reservoir in like a practice game the other day. I was like, I'll gain 10 life or so, and ended up storming for 20 and killing the table. Like it was just so much fun. So I can't wait to actually try it out in a real pod with you guys.
Looking
John?
forward to it, man.
All right, yeah.
You have something else I really want to do.
Oh, I do. Oh, that's true. I don't know. I'm gonna let EK go before I go.
Good.
Why? Oh,
Reasons.
just so that I can talk about how after editing the latest gameplay episode that we put out on the YouTube. By the way, we have a YouTube,
We do have a YouTube.
like an official YouTube.
Well,
now.
there goes the news segment.
Yeah. No, I realized that I have punted most of my Saskia games over the last few weeks by not respecting the amount of damage that Brimaz, King of Ereskos, can put out.
Which is a lot.
Well, it makes tokens when he attacks, and like tokens with Battle Cry and extra combats add up really quickly.
Yeah, they do.
Like also, I had a friend of mine, PJ Commander Replay, on YouTube, a bigger YouTube content creator than us, which is saying something because our channel's only been live for like 2 weeks. But he played the Wild Pair deck on stream like a week or so ago, and he lost 9 mana crypt flips in a row. He took 27 damage from a mana crypt.
Oh, 9?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like literally just died to his own mana crypt the entire game.
I actually watched you die to a mana crypt related accident. So
yeah, I mean I died to a mana crypt related accident on Sunday, but I was going out of my way to do the cool thing rather than the fun thing. So that's different.
It's fair.
Like I could have played that game on Sunday's stream completely differently, but whatever. I just wanted to have fun and like hang out with Rod and Sean and everyone like that.
Oh, it was a hell of a game. I really enjoyed that one a lot.
We went out of our way to just make it fun instead of like greasy. Like that game could have lasted 35 minutes if we wanted it to.
Well, yeah, because you guys could have ended the game so many times.
Yeah. But we didn't. We went for the fun plays.
Right.
I still think that VoIP played that correctly by generous gifting the coat of arms and not ending the game right then and there. Like he did the objectively correct thing to do by saving the table.
Well, yeah, for sure, because otherwise, literally, the game would have died to goblins.
Well, like he would have been heads up against Rod with a super wide board of goblins and a coat of arms, and he couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, and then he would have just went splat.
Yeah, like even without the coat of arms heads up, he couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
so he had to do that then and there.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But Sean, what have you been up to? You clearly have had a very exciting 2 weeks.
It has been an interesting 2 weeks. I mean, work aside, it's been good MTG. Corvold is 19 cards left to buy, so it's getting there. Still have to
talk to Mark.
I'm working on it. I'm gonna have to because I need some deals on them. But the real love that's coming in is gonna be I'm building my first mono colored deck. It was gonna be a mono red deck, but then I saw Philippe. I'm gonna say it wrong.
Felipe.
Yeah. Felipe. His name's Felipe now. Felipe the Lost, and I did like a quick little 15-second Commander of the Day thing that I do on Twitter and Twitch, or Twitter and TikTok, and it just got a bunch of views. And I'm like, you know what? This actually sounds fun. Can I make this work? And then one grab bag card later, and I have a deck list and everything arriving this week. So I'm gonna be playing Felipe the Lost on Friday night if all goes well. He's gonna get lost in the deck with the Proteus staff, and then I'll rearrange my deck, do a bunch of untaps, and draw myself out and try to win with a Jace Wielder of Mysteries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now that I'm aware, I will prepare accordingly.
Yeah, now that I'm aware, I will nevermore Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Kind of like how you nevermore Jaruna Kudrow.
That was not my fault.
You didn't know what the name of the card was.
I mispronounced it. Yeah, so I was playing in a Commander game with Alias V on Saturday with her subs, which was super fun. I mispronounced the name. She still let me do the card. It was great. I had a blast. I almost won. I just didn't get a double striking enchantment on Chromium, so I died to Mardu humans horribly. But it was fun.
You never-moored Jaruna Kudrow instead of Jarina.
Okay, well, I got it right the second time. That's what matters. Yeah.
This is on Nevermore, so actually...
like a Nevermore style effect.
Wait, like you can't play that card kind of thing.
Yeah. But the card name doesn't exist.
Yeah, but if that's the case, they have to go back and name the correct card correctly.
Okay.
Or it's assumed that people know the players know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Like we were giving such a hard time to Sean.
On the Pro Tour, like one time the guy named wanted to Nevermore Bobarigmos in Rage, but just said Bobarigmos. But because Bobarigmos is a card in Magic, the judge ruling said you named Bobarigmos, not Bobarigmos in Rage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But now that because of that set of precedent, the rule is now it is assumed that your opponent knows what card you're talking about, 99% of the time.
That makes sense. Okay.
Even if you pronounce it wrong or whatever. Like if you name a card that exists and it's in the same space, that's that's on you. But
yeah, for sure, that would 100% be. But
okay. Well, I mean, Earth for Future.
Yeah.
That's the rule with that.
Anyways, it was a fun game.
We were just giving tons of crap to Sean because it was fun.
It was warranted.
It's Saturday morning, we were all just in a good mood, good night's sleep.
It was this close,
Funny games the day before.
Man, if I had that double strike enchant, it was fine. It was fine, but
that's okay.
Next time, it was a blast. Did you guys ever get the chance to do a table with Alias V? Absolutely do it. She is a hilarious person to play against. I loved it. All right, well, I think with that, Adam, you want to take us on to the next step?
Well, we already talked about the news. We have a YouTube channel. We blew up the segment already.
Bam.
Done. All right.
But I will add on to it. We've been trying to do some new things. So Sean and I spent some time editing this latest gameplay episode to edit it down from an hour and a half game to just under 40 minutes. So if you end up watching it, I hope you do. Let us know if you like the more condensed format, considering it's a paper game. We didn't want to do the 15-minute speed game. We wanted, we still wanted to get the table atmosphere and everything like that. But we tried some more heavy-handed editing, and we want to see if people like it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I listened to it today in between stuff. I was at work, and I liked the condensed version a lot. I think we did a nice job. I mean, I'm horribly biased, but
And watching and editing that in real time is why I realized I misplayed that game so badly. Also, I found a Godless Shrine off of Wooded Foothills.
Yeah, you did. I can't believe we didn't catch that.
Yeah. It didn't end up mattering, and actually it made things worse the more I thought about the different lines. It actually made my mana even more awkward than it would have.
Listen, it's all right. If Jimmy and Josh can miss that, we're allowed to do that too.
Yeah, and Craig did it 4 or 5 times in the same turn.
Yeah.
Sorry. Urgent news headline. So you remember what I was talking about earlier about asking for us to do a potential pod with someone?
Mm-hmm.
She's in.
Oh hell yeah! I know who it is, so we'll have to say that surprise for.
Yeah, so
for
we're planning something big. That's all we're gonna tell you guys. But she's in.
I have other irons in the fire for dude. These Friday nights have really been blowing up. If people aren't involved with them already, get involved, because Fridays, we've had 5 games going at the same time.
I think 6 is our most, right?
Yeah, 6 is the most, but on average, like Fridays have been like between 3 and 5 games going concurrently.
Yeah.
There was actual, and we didn't put it in our little homework for the show, but there was a commander announcement today.
Yep.
Well, why don't you lay it on me?
Yeah, I knew something.
Okay,
I missed
so
it.
the commander rules committee quarterly report came out this morning, kind of, and they didn't tease that it was coming out either. Like they just laid it on us. No changes for the foreseeable future. It's pretty much what it boils down to. But they added a bunch of people to the advisory group.
Yeah, I think Jim from the Spike Feeders is on the advisory group now.
Yeah. Jim, Rachel Weeks, Daquan, who's an arena streamer, Power Dragon, and then I don't want to mispronounce his name, but he is a major in the U.S. military and is going to be an advocate for like growing the game within, you know, military and like military culture and like a military setting and stuff like that.
That is so cool.
Gregory Sablin is his name. He's a U.S. Army major.
That is so cool.
But the rules committee has been like chatting and like talking to him for over a year now to grow the game within that community. So like I'm excited to see what happens. Because they're real, like, we all know that this format is the biggest format, and it's not even close in terms of, you know, the Magic community at large.
Yeah. And
the fact that they are just going out of their way to grow it in every little bit that they can is just really cool to me.
Well, I actually know quite a few people who are like in the military on active duty who play Magic actually. So
yeah, the cool thing too, he's actually a judge as well.
That must be hard.
He's
tricky.
Imagine being deployed and having a ruling question. Like, that's the greatest thing ever. You could call your judge.
Yeah,
it's a needed commodity.
Yeah, he's right there. No, man, like it was super cool. Jim actually did like a 2-hour stream with Charlotte, who's a rules committee member, and then Greg called in, and they just like took questions from Twitch chat for 2 hours, and you know, just answered them. They had a really interesting discussion about balance and biorhythm and worldfire, and you know, similar cards like that are on the ban list. And if you have a chance to go check it out, it's on the Spike Feeders Twitch VOD. He said that he's going to do his little like video series, Spike on the Mic, about it, but like the long form kind of question and discussion was really, really interesting to me. You know, someone who like thinks about cards philosophically, because I do that for a living. Is one of my like freelance clients.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, that was like totally unexpected, and by unexpected I mean they knew it was coming, but we didn't, and I didn't have enough time to put it in the notes. So I'm casting that with split second.
I guess that's been our split second news on the stack. Let's pop into our hot topic for tonight, though. The top Kaldheim picks for Commander.
Or our top Kaldheim picks, yeah.
But our picks, our picks are the top picks. There are top picks.
Yeah, I mean, historically speaking, our like favorite or top picks have actually been pretty good. Minus some of them which have been like minus some of them which have been like gimmies.
We like powerful cards as a group.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, we play optimized, like we play responsible, optimized battle cruiser Magic. I've coined that term on the stream because of our friend Surreal.
I like that. I like that a lot.
But yeah, our hits tend to be hits because we knew that they were going to be hits.
And speaking of hits, according to this list, you're first, Lasso. So what cards are you excited for?
Yeah.
So I chose 2. So I was doing my homework last second, like always. That's how I did it through school. That's how I do it still. But
dude, if you've seen the show New Girl, there's this
every episode.
There's this quote: "Do tomorrow."
Not how we do things.
It is.
And that's how we roll.
So I chose one because I'm obsessed with my new cast stack. One that I really do kind of want to explore. The first one is Burgi, God of Storytelling. So it had to qualify as a commander. So that's why I chose it. But I'm really interested for its flip side. It's one of those new modal cards. So the front side is 2/1 red. It's a legendary god. Whenever you cast a spell, add 1 red mana. And until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Creatures you control can boast twice during each of your turns rather than once.
We don't care about that, yeah.
All. However, every time I cast a spell, I'm getting more mana. Lots of the spells in the deck have X in their cost or some colorless that I'm trying to get rid of, or they may entirely be colorless because they kind of artifact storm off. So having that extra red mana is incredibly useful, but I'm not sure I would ever cast it for its front side. On the flip side, the artifact is Harnfell, Horn of Bounty. 4 and 1 red for a legendary artifact. Discard a card. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn.
Gross.
Every single time I'm going off, I'm like, well, here's 4 basic lands I can't play. Here's a dead fetch land, and I get to turn those into gas. Get out of here.
This is like almost this is almost an auto included in an ad nauseum deck.
It's just crazy good. Again, I'm not sure. I think we could keep real statistics. How many times I cast the front side, and it's going to be close to 0. That artifact is ridiculously good.
But does Legacy play this card?
It's 5 mana, so I don't know.
Yeah,
you tell me.
Yeah, but that's 1 dark writ and 1 pyretic writ. Yeah, you're there
somehow. There we go. You know,
let's ask the person who plays Storm in those formats if you would play this card.
I just don't know if there's room, but it's definitely worth exploring. It just turns dead cards into gas, which is ridiculous.
I know who to ask. I will have an answer for you guys later.
I also know who. Yes,
we're buddy now.
And I also, after putting all of my good black cards, all my good blue cards, taking apart Urza for a little bit, some of the good red cards, I decided all I have left is green. So I'm going to build a mono green deck. And why not? I looking at the commanders, don't know who to pick. It's going to Galta. I don't know, something stupid. I don't want it to be something like Vorinclex where it's so mean and just not fun. It's probably going to be an elf ball.
Didn't I tell you like Salvala and Yisan too? And we were just like, no, those are those are going to be kill on sight, and you're going to be you're going to have to like qualify every game with it's not that Yisan deck, it's not that Salvala deck.
Well, you know, it's like I think Tomer made a tweet about this this past week. He said if you play a deck that's based around your community, you can't and not expect people to kill it on sight.
Exactly.
True. True.
Or one with like I would also like I would double down on that and say like or one with reputation.
Yeah, sometimes you just come to the table and people get the wrong idea, and that is entirely your fault. But it does happen. However, there's one thing that we have wanted for ever, but a legendary squirrel.
Yeah,
so come on. Toski, Bear of Secrets had to be the green card I picked. It's a legendary squirrel, but it's actually going to be ridiculous because I do kind of have to play an elf ball deck. I have all the cards for it, except the cradle, basically. So it can't be countered. It's indestructible. He attacks each turn if able. And whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card.
Because green needed indestructible coastal piracy.
Right. And a card to go with that I thought was, again, it's a common. I'm playing an elf ball. It's going to be Roots of Wisdom. It's 1 and a green for a sorcery. You can mill 3 cards, then return a land or an elf card from your graveyard to your hand. But wait, there's more. Call now, and if you didn't, you get to draw a card.
You can't draw a card. Oh my god! I didn't see that part.
Like this card's already good if it didn't draw a card in like a lot of different strategies.
Yeah, this can go right in Muldrotha. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna hit. There's a couple elves in there, but I'm not gonna hit in lands. But like, I'll draw a card if I don't.
I mean,
hit
like,
any of those.
I'm looking at this for like, you know, you can play this in Muldrotha. You can play this in like any deck that cares about elves.
This is better than Satyr Wayfinder. Well, I guess this isn't better than Satyr Wayfinder.
Satyr Wayfinder has a body.
Yeah,
and
that's the only reason why I'm gonna say it's not
This card's
like
pauper
arguably is better.
legal. It's a common, like for
Yeah.
commander. Like this is insane.
Yeah, like Pauper Elves will like this card a lot.
Oh,
Like,
hugely.
Like you could play this in like just any Abzan Reanimator, like any Reanimator deck, really, because like all you're trying to do is load your yard. Like Marin loves this. Mill 3 and like draw other stuff. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
This card's gonna be like a dime too.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a great supply of it. It's pretty crazy to think it's
Yeah.
that good. It's
I didn't even know this was a card until just now. Actually, no, I didn't know this was a card. I just didn't remember the part where it says if you missed, you draw a card.
It's literally call now. Like I don't know. Adam, are you what are you cooking up?
All right. Well, so raise your hand in the room if you've played against Send Triplets.
Many times.
Keep your hand up if you hated it.
It was cool,
Alright.
but I hated it.
Okay. So this is kind of like I like Rakdos a lot, but like a lot of the commanders are kind of like not that inspiring. They're interesting, like Zonch is pretty interesting and stuff like that. And like I have an Anjay deck built, like I have the C Anjay built, at least for the moment. I think it's going to be coming apart pretty soon because I have nowhere to play it. So I was really excited when I got a Rakdos double face commander that I thought was pretty cool. So Valky is Valky, God of Lies on the front, and on the back it's Tibalt, Cosmic Imposter. So on the front side, it's a 1 and a black legendary creature god. It's a 2/1. When Valky enters the battlefield, each opponent reveals their hand. For each opponent, exile a creature they revealed this way until Valky leaves the battlefield. X. Choose a creature that exiled with Valky with convert mana cost X. Valky becomes a copy of that card. So you get your opponent's best creature they had in their hand.
This is
Until
this
they
is
can kill
literally
Valky.
snot sneeze on a body.
Until
in
they can kill
mass.
Valky.
Yeah.
Mean. Okay.
I love it.
So and you like kind of rip cards out of your opponent. They don't get to play them. They're exiled. They have to kill Valky first. And then the flip side is Tibalt, Cosmic Imposter, which is a 7 mana commander, 5 black and a red for a legendary planeswalker. As Tibalt enters the battlefield, you get an emblem with you may play cards exiled with Tibalt, Cosmic Imposter, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. +2, exile the top card of each player's library. So right there, you got 3 cards you can play. -3, exile target artifact or creature. So with the best thing on the board, you can now play. -8, which will probably never happen. Exile all cards from all graveyards. Add red.
See, like I don't even think you would want to be -8ing this either. Like I want to use.
You never -8. It's kind of like when you play Windgrace. Like you never -Windgrace.
I've done it once, but only because I was able to get lethal out of it.
That's crazy.
So this kind of gives me that aspect of I'm playing your deck without playing clones, without playing Send Triplets. And like it's full. Like I just envision this deck being full of dirty tricks. Actually, in fact, if you watch the show, if you watch the stream last Friday, we actually did a build for Valky, God of Lies, which we're gonna have coming up on our YouTube pretty soon. So you'll get to hear all about my build for Valky
With a new format.
New format. Yep.
Yeah.
Narrated by me, by yours truly, of course.
Yeah.
And then, see, this is the part. This is the part where I should be talking about Scred. There is no Scred in this this set. This is a snow set. Scred is like the most metal card ever. Who did this? And where are you?
Adam wants your address.
I just want Scred. My demands are simple. Scred. That is it.
I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen the Commander Rules Committee actually put out a ruling about these flip cards, in particular like Valky and just like the legendary flip cards in general. You can play both sides at any time from the command zone, but both sides will cumulatively add commander tax.
Yeah,
say you play Valky twice and Valky dies twice.
Now you have
Tibalt is now +4. Yeah,
now Tibalt is now 11 mana.
Or you play the 2 mana part of Halvar for the I think it's 2 mana, or there's one of them that's like a 2 mana weapon.
Yeah.
But like now the other side is going to be more expensive if the weapon gets destroyed.
I've decided that this may be a possibility.
Yeah.
Where I may never get to use the Tibalt, but I don't know,
But like, you've essentially, like, I don't know, the front side of Valky alone is really good.
Well, Valky will be good in most games, but Tibalt will be better in other games where people don't have a lot of creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely taking like the 1 win condition from a deck, or just keep exiling the commander.
Right.
I mean, I look at it. I look at a deck like Steven's cast stack. It's like there's no creatures in it. Valky's not doing anything.
Well, since I can't pick Scred for my card I want to talk about, let's talk about Tibalt's Trickery, because this card is really hilarious.
Steven and I were talking. We pretty much said that this is the best card in the set.
I mean, it probably is, but I don't know. 1 in a red, instant, counter target spell. Choose 1, 2, or 3 at random. Its controller mills that many cards, then exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card with a different name than that spell. They may cast that card without paying mana cost. Then they put the exile cards in the bottom of their library in a random order. So this is kind of like a chaos warp for something on the stack, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But it's a counter spell.
They don't shuffle the card is the key thing. It's like, no.
Yeah.
You no, I don't want that. You didn't want that. You want something else.
This is like, this is like a more narrow possibility storm.
Yeah, it's a one-time. It's kind of like a one-time possibility storm.
But they don't get this. They don't get a card of the same type. They could cast
they get the next available spell, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's like, I'm pretty sure that you meant to cast that extra turn spell. I'm pretty sure you wanted that ramp, that mana rock instead.
No, not even like a third of it. Like statistically, a third of the time they're gonna get a land.
They can't get a land.
Yeah, it has to be a non-land.
It's non-land. Yeah, I see that now.
The second they show this as a spoiler, there were modern decks already playing all lands, Tibalt Trickery, and Emrakul. So.
Yeah. They're like and they've distilled the deck down to be like 83% to get a
turn 3. 83% turn 3 Emrakul.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad
that's why we're playing Commander.
Well, I'm glad that can't happen in our format. But yeah, no, I just thought this card's really hilarious. But it's not Scred, so I'm still gonna be bitter about it. EK, what do you want? What cards are you excited for?
So I went very, very biased. My Saskia deck is better.
Well, you did, but you didn't, because if you were going biased, you would have picked a Boros card.
Not even. Like this has been my pet deck, mostly because the Najeela deck that I've been playing is probably too greasy for casual games, but not greasy enough for optimized competitive games. Mm-hmm. So I went for a pet card for Saskia, just because every time like the last 2 weeks, or pretty much since this card has been revealed, I just wish it was in the deck. So like I can't wait to play it. I'm just super hyped. And that card is Carter Doomscourge. It's a 2, a black and a red legendary creature, Demon Berserker, which we've never had before either.
Yes, we have.
Awesome.
If we have, I am unaware.
I think Kamigawa had a couple.
Okay, and that would explain why I don't really know much about it, because Kamigawa is just weird.
You're not wrong.
Carter says, when Carter enters the battlefield, until your next turn, creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able, and attack a player other than you if able. So basically just goad, which is probably my favorite mechanic in all of Magic. But if that's not enough, whenever an attacking creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So it's basically like a narrow blood artist in addition to that. And that's just like really awesome to me.
Yeah.
Like it does everything that I want out of a card.
There's a lot of rules text.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be fair, like, so there's what? 8 lines of text on it. 5 of those lines could be replaced with goad each opponent. Like goad each creature each opponent controls.
That would be cool.
But like, for flavor reasons, like goad isn't a mechanic in the set, so they had to write it out this way. Or like either way, there would be reminder text.
Yeah.
But like, I can't tell you how many games. Like I've played a lot of Magic over the past like 2-3 weeks since this card has been shown. And every time I'm wild pairing for creatures, I just wish I could go grab Carter because Carter would go win the game on the spot in its own merit.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. No, it would because it forces the combat. Like that's what.
I was gonna say like we don't really care about the last line attacks. We just care about the
last line attacks is not insignificant. It's definitely not like the hallmark of the card.
Oh no, hardly.
Like it happens. It means you like if you block, you're still losing health. And as I've been quick to point out in our Discord, the Saskia deck is a deck that kills itself very quickly because of mana crypt triggers and pain lands and fetch lands and stuff like that and tutors. So even if you just get like, say 3 life, you've negated the impact of like 3 fetches or like a vampiric tutor and a fetch.
And like that actually matters.
It matters. Plus, Jeff Miracola did the showcase art, and it just looks so cool. They knocked it out of the park with the showcase frame in the set in general, and this is my favorite one.
He does look really cool.
I have emailed Jeff about getting an artist proof already. I'm not even gonna front. I want this one.
All right, big bet.
But like changing pace, the other card that I really liked was Maskwood Nexus, which has been like a really like hot button card that a lot of like casual brewers have been talking about. So it's a 4-mana artifact that says creatures you control are every creature type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield, which in its own right is just ridiculous. But you can tap it and pay 3 mana, create a 2/2 blue shapeshifter creature token with Changeling, which means that that token has every creature type. And there's this like, I wouldn't call it a meme, but it's just like this really cool thing that people always talk. I always see people talk about, and brewers especially talk about in Commander, of all tribal.
Oh, like and this like Mistborn, like Mistborn Ultimates kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's like just running all of the lords and like all of the different changelings.
And I totally did that.
And conspiracy and stuff. Yeah, and like, so I would liken this to conspiracy, but conspiracy only says like everything is one creature type, and that's just in black. And this is colorless, so like any deck can run it. And the fact that it's colorless just opens up so many different options for so many different things, and I just think that's awesome. That's the exact kind of card that we want in our format. Just open up all different kind of deck building possibilities. Sorry, I stumbled over my words. It's just so cool to me. Like I love cards like this. I probably won't build it, but I just love that it exists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's like a puzzle.
I know you won't build it because it has the word blue in it.
No, I mean,
wasn't gonna say it.
And not the word pro blue protected from.
So we played a game on Saturday. I played a blue card. I played Kess. Granted, I was using Kess for cultivates and stuff like that, but I played a blue card, so I won't. It's not that I'm opposed to blue cards.
Yeah, but they have to be with other colors.
Yeah.
It can't just be mono blue.
Well, I mean, these are tokens, though, and they've said that when it comes to tokens, they will do tokens in different colors on different cards if it matches up flavorfully. And shapeshifters are a blue or a green thing, so you kind of just pick one or the other in this situation. They just have to pick blue.
Game Trail Changeling, I miss you. For those of you who don't know, that's the gummy moose from Lorwyn.
Oh, I remember it.
Not.
You can look that one up just as I see you Googling it.
No, I'm making you guys bigger.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm happy this card exists. This is like a brewer's paradise card.
We did say, although we did say that about Lithiform Engine. Everyone lost their mind over that card, and I said that card wasn't that good, and no one listened to me.
It's funny you mentioned that card because Tomer tweeted about that card the other day. He was like, "Remember when there was a time that this card was like the most hyped card ever?" And like, I'm gonna pose this question: how many of you guys have played against a deck that has played Lithiform Engine?
One.
Also one.
Yeah, we built that deck.
Shadow Gang Brothers for the children.
Yeah, I have played against it 0 times.
Hard 0.
Yeah, and every time, and it's funny.
I know nobody outside of like you two and like Matt, who he and his kids have played that deck, who play that card. And I talk to a lot of Commander players every day.
Yeah, well, I'm saying.
No, like it is probably like the most overhyped card, and
I think that card has a place. It's just not. It's not like it's everyone was thinking
everyone says it.
Everyone was thinking it was the second coming of Paradox Engine. It was not.
No,
not even close.
No, Paradox Engine was win condition deck.
Yeah, it's just like it's the same stuff. Stuff kind of happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I still get a Paradox Engine. It just exists.
No, I guess I also picked Masquerade Nexus because I have a friend who brewed all tribal, and I'm just happy for him that he gets to play this card now because I know somewhere out there someone will play this card and they are going to be happy like a schoolgirl.
Oh sure,
like it's good.
And it's MTG Mudsta because he has the Mistform Ultimates deck. It's like one of his decks he always has together.
I didn't even know that. That's actually pretty cool.
That's like in the repertoire of MTG Musta decks. The ones I always know are Duretti and Mistform Ultimates.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to go look that up. That sounds pretty fun.
I actually had Mistform Ultimates built for Loa loosely based off his build, and it's pretty fun. So, just saying, like this makes that deck actually like real good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not like real good, but better than it. Better than it makes it better.
Yeah, it's a tangible like improvement.
Oh yeah, because like that deck, like in my deck, it ran like all kind of crazy lords, like that gave like my creatures stuff. Like it was mostly like just to buff up Mistform, because like most of the games you would win, you would crack in with Mistform and kill people. But like it was kind of like tribal Voltron, I guess. Anyway,
say that 5 times fast.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to, but because we need time for Sean to talk about some dragons.
But I want to try Tribal Voltron, Tribal Voltron, Tribal Voltron, Tribal Voltron, Tribal Voltron.
Okay, you did it.
Cool.
See, you're like a aspiring voice hacker. That's just like that's a vocal warm up for you.
You're not wrong.
Talk about dragons, Sean.
Okay, fine. I'll talk about.
We all knew this was coming, though.
Everyone knows.
It's dragons. It's dragons.
It's kind of your thing. I get it. Yeah,
my shtick. No, but actually, like these dragons, I really like the flavor. I mean, Gold Spawn Dragon is a 5-mana 4/4 flying in haste. Whenever Gold Spawn Dragon attacks or becomes the target of a spell, create a treasure token. Treasures you control have tap, sacrifice and add 2 mana of any color. This is a fly a haste to get 2 mana to effectively make it a 3 mana 4/4 flyer. And if you're running treasures, phenomenal. I love the flavor of this card. It just Commander, I love this because there are a lot of strategies you can run with treasures to maximize either for mana and sacrifice stuff.
All dragons now too, because between like Gadrak and like Hoarding Dragon and stuff like that, it's all coming in full circle now.
Picture like Gadrak with a Gold Spawn Dragon. So many. I'm
picture. So this is what I've heard. Picture this in a feather deck.
You're not wrong. I won't disagree. There's also like with some of the stuff, like I'll deviate from Commander briefly, but like running this in Standard actually enables like a turn 4 Genesis Ultimatum. Like there is that line of play that can happen
because Standard didn't need another way to do that.
Exactly.
Oh my God, right?
Yeah.
It's like Standard is becoming more and more unsavable by the set.
But Commander-wise, like this could be a turn 3, turn 4 play for us, and maximizing treasures in for additional mana. You can get a huge swing turn getting this out by like turn 3 or 4.
Don't forget, it depends on the power level of your deck, but Dockside Extortionist exists.
Exactly.
So...
This with Dockside, I love it. It's my
You're
happy
probably
place.
winning the game that turn if you can have a Dockside for this. Like,
Yeah.
Shame on you if you can't.
Or you're doing
like
something.
you don't even like so it creates the treasure token to cast the Dockside too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, because all it has to do is attack. That's it. It's
a self-sustained Dockside.
Yes. This is why I love it.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, the more and more red cards they print, the more and more they just keep busting Dockside and Cloudstone Curio wide open.
Get them now, kids.
Yeah. Dockside's up to 70 Canadian, by the way. It's skyrocketed.
I'm I know I need to get one at some point, but I'm just dreading getting one.
Just
I miss mine, and then I ride my bike, and I don't miss it as much because like I pretend that like part of the handlebar is my Dockside.
Or you just put like a trading card on the back of your wheel to make it sound like a motorcycle, like you did as a kid.
It still works.
But yeah, I'm excited for Goldspawn. Like obviously the other dragon, Emberstorm Predator. It's a 4-mana 3/3 vampire dragon, which I think is really cool, unique. Because like I think
they've never done that.
Well, there was one. We've had one vampire dragon, I think. We've had cat dragon, and I'll have to double check. But I'm excited for it. It's flying. Whenever Emberstorm Predator becomes tapped, exile up to one target card from a graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on Emberstorm Predator. Sacrifice another creature. Emberstorm Predator gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. So, selective graveyard removal, small sack outlet, and make it indestructible.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think this is broken. I think it's just solid.
Oh no, it's far from it's definitely not. I wouldn't even put it in the realm of busted, frankly.
No, I would just say like this is just solid 4-drop that does good things in the colors it's in. I like it.
Yeah, in a format like Commander, this is just this is nice to have. It's cool. It fits a couple different tribes. I've heard other people talk about it in other formats, and like there's people like Croaky's proclaiming. Big difference there. But this is one of the best cards in the set for like standard or historic, because it just like slots right into Rakdos Sacrifice or Jund Sacrifice because it's a free sack outlet.
Exactly.
That indestructible's a threat.
Yep.
So you just get to put on some continued pressure. In a format like ours, a 3/3 continually putting on pressure. It only matters when there are other things alongside the 3/3 putting on pressure. Well, unless you have like a full unlock on the game.
It's just how many turns at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Like if we touch on the Junsack thing for a sec with in historic. So let's say opponent plays an Uro turn 3. Turn 4, you slam this down. You sacrifice your Cauldron Familiar. This becomes tapped. Now it's a 4/4 indestructible, and you get to take your opponent's Uro out of the graveyard.
I mean, even just like I don't know. There are times where like I wish I could have a Skooz in a non-green color for like one thing. Well, like you technically have it now in Rakdos.
Yeah,
it's not insignificant. Like the situation comes up. So it's good to have it in your back pocket if you need it.
Exactly. Like it's a nice support card, and I think that's why I love it. I guess kind of continuing on the dragon theme is Magda Brazen Outlaw, a 2-mana 2/1 dwarf berserker. Other dwarfs you control get +1/+. So this kind of goes with Goldspan Dragon, because whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, you create a treasure token. But the real fun, sacrifice 5 treasures, search your library for an artifact or dragon card, put that onto the battlefield and shuffle your library. Huh?
This goes along with my point of the more and more red cards they print in the rare and mythic slot, the more and more Cloudstone Curio and Dockside Extortionist are becoming a premium, because this will just play your deck with those 2 cards.
The word artifact was a mistake. Like just
Probably.
the word artifact should be deleted from Magic.
Because like you could go get like Aetherflux Reservoir or
anything.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, and this is only 2 minutes to drop.
This will go get the Cloudstone Curio for you.
Exactly.
Literally put it onto the battlefield.
Yeah. It's a 2-mana tutor for all intents and purposes, aside from like you sack some tokens. Sure. This is 2 mana, find your win con.
Depending on the table, you're casting this turn too after a dockside and searching.
Mm-hmm.
Like it entirely depends on the table. If you're going fourth, there could be 6 artifacts, 7 artifacts out there.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
One like I mean a deck like this, there's a lot of red cards. It's like 2 mana, get a 1/1 or like a 2/1 and a treasure token and stuff like that. Like you could just carve out creatures that make you treasure tokens in addition to everything else.
Yeah.
It's really good. I like it. Cool idea.
The other dwarves you control get +1/+0. Like, yeah, that's a thing. But you're not playing it for that.
No, it's the tutor effect,
Like,
hands down. Like like whenever a dwarf becomes tapped, sure. So she makes herself a treasure token, but it's the tutor effect, hands down. I love it. Yeah, and I guess kind of on the last one, this is more thematic. It's Tyvar Kell, the elf planeswalker. It's a 4-mana, 3 loyalty. Elves you control have tap, add a black to your mana pool. +1, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target elf, untap it. It gains Death Touch until end of turn. 0, create a 1/1 green elf warrior token. And -6, you get an emblem. Whenever you cast an elf, it gains haste until end of turn, and you draw 2 cards.
Because we needed another way to untap elves.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
I should also mention this is a Golgari planeswalker, so you slot this in mono green.
Yep.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, well, like they've been really trying to push Golgari elves, but between this set,
it's not like it didn't exist before.
No, it didn't. But like they didn't really get like really push support until starting with Commander Legends.
Yeah, Legends definitely opened up a lot of doors. I think this is slots in nice. Like it's not a broken walker, and it gives good.
It turns all of your elves into elves of Deep Shadow.
Yeah.
Well, minus you taking damage part.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you get
minus
extra
the downside.
Yeah, right.
True.
This is 2020, 2021. Calm down. No downsides.
Yeah.
But I think it's lots of nice. Like a 4-mana walker we see sometimes. This feels good. I think it's something that's gonna see good play in Commander. Turning your other dorks into
if you play this with doubling season and stuff like that, you get to ult it instantly.
Yep. Which is insane, because then your emblems whenever you cast an elf, haste, draw 2. Phenomenal.
Chances are, if you're playing it in a deck like that, you're probably also playing an elf ball to support that strategy.
Oh, very easy.
I would hope.
But yeah, I just love it. There are other reasons why I love it. Like it shares a name I love. in the Kel part. It's a kinsman. But yeah.
I do want to point out 2 things with our card picks, by the way.
They're all mostly red cards.
Well, there's 3. Okay, 3. There's that. So mostly red cards. We didn't talk about a single blue card.
Sorry.
We also didn't talk about a single white card.
That's been a theme for how many episodes now?
Usually EK is good for 1 white card.
I was just more excited about some other cards this time around. There are white cards I like, but
yeah, I wouldn't say like
I didn't geek out about them. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, and like usually Swazo talks about a blue card, but like
honestly, the best blue cards to me were just reprints. Like I like a null and disdainful stroke.
Oh, a null got a reprint. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
the best white card in the set is a colorless card, anyways. So
you mean the one where the gain life and draw cards one?
Yeah, that one.
We weren't talking about worst cards in the set, but I think white would have filled the list.
Yeah, what's
it's just they don't get any
Gambit.
It's just they don't get any good mythics or anything like that, or rares. So
all of their rares and mythics are create 5-mana 4/4 vanilla flyer angels. We have like a dozen of those cards already, and people don't play them.
Yeah.
So like to me and like other people, it just felt like a dead horse was getting beat.
I can give a truly honorable mention to Raven Form. I just didn't have a commander to go with it that I wanted.
Sure.
But Raven Form is 2/1 blue. It's a sorcery. Exile target artifact or creature, and its controller creates a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying. It's like a swan song for things that resolved. It's pretty cool.
It's literally I mean, the fact that it exiles.
Yeah, exiling an artifact is really like you could have stopped the card there. I'd play it. But it has foretell also for 1 blue, so you can cast it later
Yeah,
for
that's
1
even
blue.
crazier.
But exile target artifact is probably strong enough to make it in your blue deck if you're really looking for a Kaldheim card.
Why? I think we had some really spicy picks going on. I'm living for this set.
We'll have to revisit this stuff in like a couple months.
Yeah.
Fair. Swazo was the only person who talked about anything that wasn't a rare.
It's a common should have not been a common though.
to be fair, I joke that Commander is the rare binder format.
It is. I think you can't discredit that that's where it started. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm only going to be able to play one of something, it has to be impactful.
Better be big. Yeah, exactly.
And that tends to, end up being a rare or a mythic.
Nowadays, at least.
It'll continue that trend, I imagine.
Forever.
And ever. Well, all right, friends. Well, I think we had a great episode tonight. We had a lot of good talk. If there's any cards you think we missed in the set of Kaldheim, hit us up in the comments. Hit us up on Twitter. What's the card you're most excited about? Maybe it's not something that's red or rare.
Yeah, right. It's a good set for red.
Red's got a lot. But yeah, as always, guys, you can find us at Twitter and Instagram. Twitter at DrawForTurn and Instagram at DrawForTurn Podcast. We post daily discussion topics, so drop a follow, get in on the conversation. Adam, where can the fine people find you at?
You can drop me a follow on Twitter at DES_AdamN. Shout out to Top Deck Games in Westmont, New Jersey, and the comic book store in Glassboro, New Jersey. And just remember, everybody, that Kaldheim is pre-releasing this weekend, so you can go to your local game store and buy some draft boosters and some pre-release packs.
EK, what about you, my dude?
Same place as always, everywhere on the internet. At EK Plays Cards, including Twitch.tv, where you might be right now.
Yeah, you played Bloons the other day. You're back.
I literally played Bloons the other day and listened to trance music with friends. We tried to stream some Commander the other night, but because I stream on a Mac, the digital mixers are so weird, so I'm working on fixing that. But we're gonna try and stream Paper Commander on there to have like a second pod going on Fridays, and then like some EU friendly pods as well during the week as well. I'm looking forward to it though. But as always, shout out to my local game store, Games Plus, in the Chicagoland area, and Next Ridge Games in Tampa, Florida, aka Mark Nestico and Rusty. They bling out all my decks, and I actually sold them cards a couple days ago, and their offer for my cards after getting them graded was higher than Card Kingdom and Channel Fireball and Star City games before they even graded the cards. So if you're looking to sell, and if you're I know Adam really tries to keep his cards local. I don't have an option to do that really. But if you're looking to sell your cards and you don't have an option to sell local, I would totally talk to them. Like, I can't recommend even that option with them enough.
EK, I think you're gonna have to let us know when you get that pizza, by the way, too.
I didn't sell them enough to get a pizza.
Next time.
I sold them
a pizza for selling them cards. What?
If you give them a significant amount of cards, they will buy you a pizza in some cases.
Excellent.
That's pretty awesome.
I sold them the spicy cards out of my Windgrace deck because like Landfall just doesn't interest me. But it's, if I sold them like a Mox or like a Recall or something like that and that stuff, then who knows, maybe I would have gotten a nice pizza. I would have told them to go buy the pizza for themselves and like feed their staff, because their staff were great, because I bought other cards from them and had a little something happen, and like they were just the sweetest people ever.
They got some good hookups. Swazi, my boy, where can the fine people find you at?
Well, it's so good to hear EK speak so highly of Next Ridge Games in Tampa because that is where I hail from, born and raised. So I can't wait for Paper Magic to come back because that will be my local game shop. Very close to where I work, very easy to get to. You could find me at Stevie Swazzo on Instagram, Swazzo TV, and all your Twitch chats. And like I said, Tampa, Florida. Let's go, Bucks. Going to Super Bowl, baby. Sean?
As always, guys, you can find me at Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at AstrosFlame. I stream a mix of MTG Arena, motivational talks, and our Commander games. And I'm looking forward to when we can get 2 pod stream because that's going to be double the action, double the watch.
We'll have a multi-Twitch link so you can watch both games at the same time, like picture March Madness style.
It's going to be amazing. Shout out to Harry Tarantula, my local game store, for hooking me up with my Fibble-Tip Commander deck, and Next Ridge Games for honestly getting me that really sick deal on the Expo lands. They only cost me $70 for 2 of them. Like I got nothing but praise.
Unreal.
Yeah,
Really good.
I don't know how they do it, but they continue to do it.
I like to think it's magic. It must be a gathering.
I
I had to work
that
in
was
one
cheesy.
pun.
Yeah.
was gonna say we made it the whole episode without a single one. I'm proud of you.
Joke's on you. Well, as always, everyone, remember to untap, upkeep, support your local game store, wear your mask, and draw for turn.